Here's today's Life by Design with Dr. Dan Stanley.
Dan here, and this is Life by Design. I think to be a good disciple maker that makes disciple makers, you first have to be an authentic disciple. And sometimes that means you have to take the first step. This is an interesting thing. I have a coach that looks at my life, who I'm accountable to, who's not a supervisor of mine or in any way connected that way. He's a spiritual, godly man, has a wonderful wife and children. And he looks at me and we talk very openly and honestly about what's going on. When I first ask him, I say, hey, look, can you be my accountability coach? Can you look when I preach a sermon or when I live my life? Can you question me? Can you correct what I did wrong? Can you look at my sermons and say, that would have been better if you'd done this? He looked at me and said, what? You want me to coach you? I said, yeah. Well, he's about the age of my son, Nathan. So it was a little bit of a shock to him, but here's the reality. I can't be a disciple maker if I'm not being discipled. So I need to have correction. I need to say, hey, look, what are you seeing? Because here's the deal. You might think, well, you've been walking with God for a long time. I know, but here's the reality. I get older, and the older I get, the more possible it is for me to step in, say things that make no sense. For instance, in a sermon. Like, are my points making sense? Is there connectivity? Am I saying, duh? What's going on with the mechanics of my preaching? All that. To all of her, this is Dan saying we all need to be discipled in order to become disciple makers that make disciple makers.
Dr. Stanley is an author, pastor, conference speaker, and the founder of International Growth Institute. He's dedicated to spiritual growth and helping God's people thrive. Learn more at internationalgrowthinstitute.com.